With News 19, I'm meteorologist Brianna Mowry tracking this weekend winter storm as it moves across the area. It's beginning right now, and it will continue as we get into all the way late tomorrow night, really early Monday morning. We're still expecting all types of precipitation, rain, freezing rain, and sleet. So it's best to go ahead and plan ahead, prepare. Well, the planning period's kind of over at this point, but be prepared for power outages and hazardous travel. Some could be out of power for a couple days at least. So here's our winter storm map of where the warnings are right now. The ice storm warning in place for just about everyone in the Midlands, and winter weather advisory in place for Orangeburg and Clarendon counties. These both started today at 1 o'clock and will last until 1 o'clock Monday. So everyone in the Midlands, whether you're in the advisory or the warning, expecting winter weather as we head into tonight, and that is the main thing to focus on. So here's what the system is. This is a big storm. It's across a whole lot of the country right now, and many states getting snow to the north. We've got that mix in the middle, and of course rain to the south. And why we have all three of those precipitation types, we have a high pressure to our north. That's funneling in cold air toward the south, but because of the Appalachian Mountains, we have the cold air damming effect, and it's getting trapped up against the mountains. That's going to keep things cold enough to bring us that mix into the Midlands. But as warmer air moves in from the north, from this low pressure system south of us, really in Texas, that's going to help bring in that warmer air. That's going to help change over to rain maybe Sunday night. So that is working out as good news here for us in the Midlands. So now that we've covered that setup, here's what it looks like out there right now. We're beginning to get some showers. They're very light, though, in parts of the Midlands, and some of these areas are now getting below freezing. So temperatures are getting colder out there, cold enough for this to accumulate. So right now it's pretty spotty showers, light drizzly conditions. It is getting, we could see a little bit of some freezing drizzle across Fairfield County, Kershaw County, Newberry County. These are the three areas, even in toward parts of Lee County, that are beginning to get below freezing. So these are the areas we're watching out for right now. Everyone else still should be seeing rain. If you're south of I-20, those temperatures are mostly still above freezing, but they're cooling off fast tonight. Here's those 6-hour temperatures. We're still going to be just above freezing, even closer to the rest of the next couple of hours. But by the time we get to really 9 o'clock, we would be well below freezing, in the 20s potentially. And we're going to stay below freezing all night tonight and for most of tomorrow morning. So we're going to be stuck in the 20s. This is plenty cold enough for this, anything that falls to freeze. And here that looks like freezing rain. Here's temperatures right now. We're at 32 now in Winsboro and Camden. That's the freezing point. So anything that's falling there, whether it be even just a light drizzle, can still accumulate, especially on power lines and trees. So these are the areas now that are beginning to get some of that frozen precipitation as we are getting those spotty, drizzly showers moving through. Newberry's still at 34, so they will just be seeing rain right now. And if you're really south of there, 36 in Columbia, 33 in Sumter, 33 in St. Matthews. Some of these areas getting close to freezing. And once these temperatures do get below freezing, that's when we're going to run into the issues as that rain moves in. Right now, we're still mostly dry, so that's still looking pretty good. But here's what we're expecting the next several hours. We are going to see those showers beginning to move through. They're going to become a little more scattered to widespread as we head into the overnight hours. Even the light freezing drizzle can be just as dangerous, because without that heavy rain, you don't have as much running off. It's still going to accumulate on trees and power lines as we head into early Sunday morning. A lot of pink on this map for the Carolinas. It's going to continue to move across the Midlands. We're going to still see some lingering showers as we head into the early afternoon. This is the point in time where temperatures could get above freezing. So by 4 o'clock Sunday, we could be in the upper 30s. That means this next line of showers that pushes across the Midlands could stay as rain, and that's going to cut down on some of these ice totals, which is actually really good news for us in the Midlands. But the wind is going to pick up with this, so if there is anything that hasn't completely thawed out yet by the time this pushes through, could lead to a little bit more power outages. So here's a look at what we're expecting as we head into Monday. That system moves off. Here's 3:30. We're dry. Starts clear out. We're going to be seeing those clouds clearing out through the day on Monday. We're going to get plenty of sunshine. That's going to help thaw things out as well. We'll be in the 40s on Monday afternoon. But here's the ice potential that we're looking at for the weekend. So if you're in the southern Midlands at Sumter, Manning, St. Matthews, Orangeburg, south of I-20, a glaze to 1/10 of an inch of ice. This is still going to cause some issues out there, so everyone really needs to be prepared for this winter storm. Don't let your guard down if you're in the southern Midlands, because We could still see slick roads, slick sidewalks, especially bridges, and even still some isolated power outages, especially with the wind speeds that are on the way. So looking for along I-20, that's going to be about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. That includes Columbia, Lexington, Bishopville, Aiken, Camden right on that line as well. But if you're heading north of I-20, or if you are north of I-20, we're going to be seeing upwards of 1/4 inch to 1/2 an inch. That's where we start to get more significant impacts. And even far northern Midlands, this chance is getting a little bit lower, but 1/2 an inch or more. So hopefully that stays on the lower end. We did lower these totals just a little bit because of those warmer temperatures moving in across the Midlands. So hopefully we continue to see things working out that way. So here's a look at the general timeline of the next couple of days. We're past 6 o'clock now, so we're kind of right here in this sort of medium or middle space between 6 o'clock and midnight Sunday. We haven't seen quite as much precipitation yet. There's a little more dry air out there, so that's kind of delaying things a little bit, but it's still coming. We're beginning to see some of those showers in the northern, it's just kind of drizzly spots moving in from the west. So travel is probably not best to be out now because temperatures are beginning to get below freezing, and that's going to get worse as we head into tonight and tomorrow morning. Sleet, we could still see some sleet at the very beginning of this, those first showers, but it's not going to last too long. That freezing rain is really going to move in, especially overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning. That's when travel is going to be the worst. So those kind of pink colors, the high impact, that kind of lines up, or the worst conditions leading to the worst impacts. Power outages, though, will be okay tonight. We're not expecting a whole lot of power outages tonight. It's really until tomorrow morning. Once we get that accumulated ice, things are beginning to slow down a little bit. The winds are going to pick up, though, and that's where things could get a little worse for power outages, especially as that wind picks up. That's the big thing, is the wind. Looking ahead at what these totals mean, this is pretty important to know. If you're in the southern Midlands, Orangeburg County, Clarendon County, where you're just in the advisory, don't let your guard down because of the advisory. We are going to still see, with 1/10 of an inch of ice, you can still get a glaze on the roads and sidewalks, slippery sidewalks, bridges become slick if you're going to be driving, coated windshields, isolated power outages still possible with ice accumulations of 1/10 of an inch. So again, everyone in the Midlands is going to see some of these winter impacts over the next couple of days. Now, when you get to 1/2 or 1/4 of an inch of ice, 1/4 inch, you begin to see icy roads. Tree limbs begin to sag, they begin to break. This is when you get numerous power outages as well. So this is really when we start to begin to see pretty scattered problems once we get to 1/4 inch of ice, which many areas could see that here in the Midlands. Now, 1/2 an inch of ice, hopefully we don't see this, but areas in the northern Midlands do have that chance. Dangerous travel on roads, stay home, widespread tree damage as well. And when you get these power outages, they're more on the widespread side, and they could be long-term power outages. We're really hoping those totals don't get that high, but we are going to continue to monitor it. Now, once we get past this, when things are coming to an end tomorrow, here's the temperature. So we're going to start out 27, 26, really for most of the morning, we're in the 20s. By noon, we could still be below freezing. By 2 o'clock, we could begin to get past that freezing threshold and get into the mid to even upper 30s through the evening tomorrow. And if this does happen, we will see that change over to rain, and we will see that last bit of precipitation, just rainfall on the tail end of this. So that is pretty good news here in the Midlands. It's probably best case scenario now that we're getting into when this is beginning to move through. If these temperatures are going to be colder, if they stay below freezing, we could see those ice totals going back up. So another thing to think about for the low temperatures, we're going to see some really cold air moving in behind this system. So by Tuesday morning, we're going to be at 18 degrees. So if you lose power and you still don't have power Tuesday morning, it's important. You got to find a way to stay warm. It's going to be 18 degrees. Not a good situation if you don't have power, especially in those rural areas that could dip a little bit below 18 degrees. This is the forecast for Columbia. So areas north of Columbia and the rural areas, they could see low to mid-teens as we head into Tuesday morning. Looking at Wednesday, Thursday, we're still very cold, low 20s. For Monday, we will see a little bit of a warmer day. We're going to be in the 40s for Monday. That's going to help thaw things out. The sun's going to come out, and that's going to do a lot of good thawing and melting as we head into the start of the week. But anything that's still wet outside Monday night heading into Tuesday, we are going to see that refreeze possible. Hopefully by that point, we do have enough dried out that we shouldn't see any issues, but we are going to continue to watch that as well. High temperatures over the next 7 days are going to be well below normal. The high on Sunday is only 39 degrees. Hopefully we get there because that would mean lower ice totals. Looking ahead at next week, we are going to be in the mid 40s. And that's going to last even into next weekend, still stuck in the 40s, 49 for Saturday. So that average high of 57, we're nowhere near that the next couple of days. Another thing with the ice totals and the rain that we're going to be seeing, the wind gusts. This just adds another element of impact to this event. Winds could make things so much worse. We are going to see wind speeds right now 15, 20 miles per hour this evening. So far, it's fine. Winds are fine out there right now. We're not seeing too much in the way of any ice accumulation just yet. But by Sunday morning, we could still see 15, 20 mile per hour wind gusts, maybe even 25 mile per hour wind gusts. And when you combine this with by accumulated ice at 4 a.m. and we're in the 20s, this is when we'll begin to start seeing some of those power outages really ramping up in the Midlands. So that's something to consider. The winds. This is the point where we would begin to see more of those power outages. Winds are going to be much calmer as we head throughout the afternoon on Sunday. We're going to get that break in the rainfall, but Saturday night, or Sunday evening, as that line of showers moves through and we wrap up this event, wind speeds could be again anywhere from even pushing 30 miles per hour as this line throws through. So if anything has not thawed out just yet by the time we get to 6 o'clock Sunday and there's still ice, especially on power lines or trees, wind speeds this high are going to cause even more problems. So we're definitely hoping that things get above freezing on Sunday and we see some thawing out hopefully by Sunday afternoon. Wind gusts still going to be pretty breezy into the day on Monday. But again, each day that we get to, we're going to see those conditions getting better. So here's that 7-day forecast. Tonight, things are going to really go downhill. So that's our weather impact alert. Tomorrow morning is going to be the worst time to be out. So if you have to be, if there's anywhere else you still have to go, do it as soon as possible and get home, because we're already seeing these temperatures below freezing in some areas in the northern Midlands, and they're going to cool down pretty quickly now as we head into the night. Now that we have that moisture moving in, we're also getting precipitation. Temperatures very cold throughout the next several days. Highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s, even the upper teens some mornings. So we're going to be stuck with these cold temperatures for a while. So even when the winter weather moves out, we're still going to be cold. Once we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to see more of that sunshine coming out, but we're going to still see some clouds throughout the end of the week. That next chance for some precipitation maybe on Saturday we're watching. Temperature is still going to be pretty cold, but as of now, looking okay. We are going to get through this weekend as we track this winter storm. Again, I'm meteorologist Brianna Mowry here on WLTX Plus, bringing you the latest on this ice storm that is now beginning to move into the Midlands.